Hey, beautiful people. Welcome back to Self Care 360. And if you're new here, the most hearty welcome to you. I am Adessa, a recovering workaholic and the voice behind ROS Beauty, Health, and Marriage. In this space, we explore ways to heal, thrive, and feel our best selves mind, body, and soul. So, today's episode is all about one of my favorite self care tools, and that is called food. Not just eating for the sake of eating, but to heal. Over the past year, I've learned how powerful food can be in transforming the way you feel. I am so excited to share that with you. I'm going to cover 5 key points. First one is my healing journey through food. Number 2, why food is a key part to self care. Number 3, simple everyday healing foods. Number 4, tips for eating intentionally. And if you don't take anything away from this video, I want you to leave with that word, intentionally. And finally, number 5, how to start small. It's overwhelming. Change is overwhelming, and not many of us like to change. So we're going to start small. We're going to journey together. All right? Won't you join me? Let's talk about my journey. There were times when I was so busy that I just ate because it was convenient. I grabbed something, whatever was there. I'm working, I'm doing my business, I'm living, I'm taking care of my family, I'm keeping house, I'm being a wife, I'm being a mother. And the last thing that I would do is eat. Sometimes my husband would have to say, I'm going to make sure you eat because I will put everything else over eating. Like the way I used to take care of everybody else and put myself in the back burner, that's how I treated my food. Now that has changed. For example, I started making small changes like drinking herbal tea for digestion and swapping sugary snacks for fruits. Fruits have a lot of sugar that our bodies need and will fulfill that craving. Over time, I noticed I had more energy, my skin was clearer, and my mood was even better. So let's dive into number 2, why food is a key part of self care. Food is going to be one of the easiest way to take care of ourselves. But guess what? We often overlook it because it's too simple. What you eat affects everything. There's a little saying, garbage in, garbage out. So the things that we eat have a great impact. We need to be intentional in choosing the things to eat. When you nourish your body with the right foods, your overall well being is going to benefit. Let's talk about simple everyday foods that will help with healing. And we have options like leafy greens, we have spinach, kale. Those are packed with nutrients that help detoxify our bodies. Some time back, I would eat and I wouldn't go. And I was like, something's wrong with that picture. But then I also noticed stress. Stress plays a pivotal part in how our bodies metabolizes food. So it's full circle. Everything goes together. So we need to control our stress. When we control our stress, then we'll be more regular. We're choosing foods that are going to be beneficial to our bodies. Of course, we all have our sweet tooth. We eat things out of convenience. We are not mindful. And so we're changing that. This video is about changing that, making intentional choices to heal ourselves. All right, berries. Let's talk about berries. Blueberries, strawberries, they are loaded with antioxidants, and these antioxidants fight inflammation. So maybe you don't like both. Like I was talking to a coworker, and for some reason, she just cannot get into blueberries. And I'm like, all right, it's two strawberries, blueberries. So have strawberries if you don't like blueberries. Or if you can tolerate both, go ahead. Next is going to be nuts and seeds. And we're talking about almonds, chia seeds, flax seeds. These are great sources of energy and they assist with digestion as well. And finally, herbal teas. We said we're going to keep it simple, all right? So chamomile and peppermint are common and they are great for your gut. So what are yours? What are the foods that you have used to heal your body? What are some of your favorite teas? Drop it in the comments. Let's talk about it. Number 4, tips for eating intentionally. It's not just what you eat, but how you eat. This reminds me of Stephanie Perry. If you're not following Stephanie Perry, you need to. Look her up on YouTube as Stephanie Perry, the queen of doing as little as possible, the woman behind the reason many of us are seeking to be healed. She said, if you're planning to make your exodus from whatever the situation is, you need to heal first. And that's lit a fire in me where my healing was concerned. I found her in May, thanks to my husband. He brought me her video. In June, June of the following year, so a year later, I began this healing journey. And I never forgot. It's in the back of my mind. I need to change people, places, and things. I need to make an exodus. And I don't need to leave unwell. The reason I brought Stephanie Perry up is because she shared in a couple of her videos when she travels abroad, which is she does a lot of, and she would get, for example, a croissant and she's getting it to go, and the restaurateurs would be like, no, take your croissant, sit down and enjoy it. Another reference is Blair in Belgrade, where the people of Belgrade have dinners that are 3 to 5 hours. And when she first went there, she could not believe that they would be able to sit and eat for that long. And so she wondered, does these people work? They did. But sitting down, eating was important. It's how you eat, not what you eat, but how you eat. We're going to eat intentionally. Take the time to savor your meals instead of rushing. In the United States, there's a fast food joint on every corner. You get 30 minutes lunch, you drive to the fast food restaurant, buy your food, it's in your lap, you're driving back and you're eating, and you get back to work in the end of the 30 minutes. That is only here. I feel personally that this space is like a locomotive. We're just going around 3 shifts, never close, 7 days per week. And as one of the richest countries in the world, we have the most sick people, the most obese people. There's a reason for all of that. So let's start being intentional in how we eat. Put your phone down. Savor the food, the flavors, the textures. We need to commit to that. We may not have 3 or 4 hours to eat, but if you have 30 minutes or an hour, savor the food. At one point, I started eradicating sugar from my diet. And when I did, I could actually taste the tea. I could taste the things that I was having. And I haven't eradicated sugar totally, because if I'm making, I'm Jamaican, right? And if I'm making carrot juice, I need some sugar in there, or I may use condensed milk. But there's certain things like my daily, like I don't have carrot juice every day, but like I have tea every day. And I want to be able to taste and savor the flavors. Do the same thing when you're eating your food. Every food have a distinct flavor. And if you're rushing or if you're on your phone, your brain is going to so many different directions. You cannot really savor the food. You cannot really know the texture, know that this is what broccoli tastes like. And even with your eyes closed, this is kale. That's how much intentional we need to get with our foods. All right? And most importantly, listen to your body. Are you eating because you are hungry or out of habits? 2019, I met a young lady at work and she tried to get me to do intermittent fasting. I'm like, this girl have to eat on a regular because if I don't, I get grumpy and other things happen. So I have to eat. And so I didn't continue. 2020, I started working remotely and I decided to give it a shot where I eat twice per day or sometimes within a certain period. So I would eat between, say, 12 and 8. Now I'm learning that it's better to eat according to your circadian rhythm. So when the sun goes up, you should have your first meal. And after the sun goes down, you shouldn't have another meal. Because our bodies rest, the cells regenerate while we're sleeping. So we shouldn't sleep with food in our stomach, especially meat. And that's where intentional eating comes in because you plan this. We're trying to heal ourselves. We're trying to be in a place where I don't have to live on artificial prescriptions to heal me because I am taking the initiative to heal myself. I'm taking the initiative to eat the things that my body needs. And if I'm not hungry, don't eat and it's dinner time, so I'm going to eat because our bodies talk to us. All right? And finally, let's talk about starting small and building. So you don't have to overall overnight. Start with 1 or 2 changes. Maybe a green smoothie every morning, or maybe a green smoothie every other day, or maybe you like a tropical smoothie with pineapples, mangoes, bananas. Incorporate those things into your life. All right? I hope this video inspires you to start making small, nourishing changes in your life. Let me know in the comments if this is interesting to you. And if it is, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And until next time, take care of yourselves because you deserve it.